Ha ha! All right, she's brew day. I got the day off from work, took a couple days off, so you may hear some kids in the background because I am home, and I said, you know what, screw it, we're going to brew some beer. Now, here's a little history on this brew session. I have a fellow YouTuber who I've been communicating with, Ade, I believe his name is, A-D-E. Sorry, my man, if I pronounced it incorrectly. How this all came about, today's brew session was... He commented on one of my videos where I made a little change to the Cooper's recipe, which I tend to do. I mix it up a little bit. And he said he thought it was bizarre how people don't follow the recipe as it says in the instructions, and it makes super great beer. I told him I was skeptical that it makes super great beer all by itself. But he says to follow the recipe and instead, but add some dry malt extract to it, which I've done before, but then he said I got to leave it in the bottle for about 3 months. That's where I was running into problems, because I get a little thirsty for the beverages. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow his instructions. I'm going to leave it in the bottles. I'm going to bottle probably all these. I won't keg these ones. And I'm going to leave it in the bottle for 3 months, and then we're going to do a taste test, and we're going to see if my new buddy on YouTube is correct. So here we go. What do I got? My little brown paper bag. We are going to do, there we go, tear it all apart. We're going to do the Cooper's International Series European Lager. Never done this one. I had another YouTuber comment saying I should try this one. They say it's very good, so we're going to do that. Of course, inside the case comes with the top of the can, comes with the instructions that my man Ade said that I should follow, so I'm going to do that. And it also comes with a packet of yeast. Then I got myself some of the dry malt extract. This is amber, an amber malt. It's they say medium on here, but it is amber. And let me see, it's 500 grams, and it's by Muntins. Not Cooper's, couldn't find any Cooper's, so we're going to go with Muntins, another very popular brand. It's 500 grams, so typically you would add 1 kilogram of the dextrose or corn sugar to your brew. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to add the malt extract. On here it says boosts the beer's natural body and results in a more rounded, mellow note to the final brewski. Nice. But there's only 500 grams. You're supposed to put 1 kilogram total. So my man Ade said to put the whole 1 kilogram in there with the malt. So what are we going to do? We're going to check out the instructions on this bad boy. I think these cans are really stinking easy, but I did say I would follow the instructions. You will note that everything's sanitized. I did a video where I just cleaned the whole area. I want to sanitize everything. I washed this with a non-scented liquid hand soap, and then I sanitized it with Star San. You can see my stuff sitting right here. I just got done doing that, wiped the whole area. You want to sanitize everything. I even got my little pot, which you don't really need to because it's going to boil and sanitize it anyways, but I am sanitizing that. This plate is sanitized. All my gear that I'm going to use, I put on there. My measuring cup's nice and sanitized too. So let's get back to the instruction. Let me see. Clean, yep, I already did that. Mix. Dissolve contents of can and other fermentable sugars with 2 liters of boiling water. So what I'm going to do, number one, I'm going to put this can in some hot water to dissolve it, to loosen it up a little bit, get the liquid malt a little hot. It pours out better. I'm going to do that. I'll show you that as I'm doing it. And then I'm going to boil 2 liters of water. I'm using bottled water because my well, I got to get it tested, make sure we're okay bacteria-wise. So I'm going to use bottled water this time around. And then once I get 2 liters of water going, I'm going to dissolve the malt extract, the dry malt extract, and the dextrose in the water. And then I'll be back, and we'll go from there. See you in a sec. All right, guys, here we go. We're back. I've got the pot in. Oh, I gotta get in the video. I gotta be in the video. It's no good if I'm not in the video. Pot, 2 liters of bottled water. Gonna bring that to a boil. I've got the can of liquid malt extract, the European lager, and this is already pre-hopped, of course. I've got it in hot water, and that's going to loosen up the That's going to loosen up the contents of the can so it pours nicer. I'm also going to boil a little water in a kettle so that I can then pour it into the can to get the remaining amounts of the contents. Back soon. Alright guys, we've got a crying baby in the background, but the show must go on. The pot just boiled 2 liters of water. You got to take it off. You take it off, and now I'm going to dissolve the fermentables in it. So first, the dextrose. I'm going to put 1 kg in that bad boy, just like that. Dump her all in. Get in there. Hard to do holding the camera. I could have just told you I was going to do it, but hey, this is live action, baby. All right, that's in there. Now we're going to put the dry malt extract. This is amber extract. Muttons calls them medium. That's fine. Dump that bad boy in there. There we go. Looks like brown sugar. Smells good. Now I'm going to stir it up. You don't need to watch me do that. I got my trusty little stir stick. Oh, what the heck. You can watch me for a little bit. It's all sanitized and such. There's the can of Cooper's European lager sitting in there getting nice and tender. Loosed up so it'll pour nicely. And I've also got a kettle. Can you see it over there? Kettle, boiling water. So I then pour it into the can to get all the leftover goodness out. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to stir this up and then add the Coopers to it. All right, so what I did, because I don't think the pot I was using would hold the 2 liters, the dextrose, and the dry malt extract, I have dumped it into the primary fermenter, stirred it up, and now I'm putting the Coopers can in there of liquid malt extract. And I'll be right back. Okay, so we've got the can of liquid malt extract in the fermenter. Stirred it around quite a bit. You're going to want to mix it up real good. Now to get the leftover stuff, see that in there? I don't know if you can see it. You want to get that all out of there. That's the goodness. I just boil some water in here. Put her in there. I then take me trusty spoon. You'll notice my cooking mitt, because you're going to pick that can up and she can get a little hot. So you just want to get all that extra stuff. Don't want to go to waste. That's the fermentables. That's what makes your wort and your beer. He's so scrumptious. There we go. Alright, that's pretty good. Now, not going to be able to do it with the video in hands. I'm going to turn it off and dump it in there, and I'll be back. Okay, all the fermentables are in the fermenter, and you want to mix it up real good so there's nothing clumpy or nasty, all that stuff. You want it to be pure liquid down there. And then what we're going to do is we are then going to top it up according to the instructions with cold water to the 20-liter mark. Okay, so when you come back, you will see that it's topped up. When I come back, you'll see that it's topped up to the 20-liter mark. I'll be back soon. All right, guys, we are cooking now. We are moving and grooving. I have now 20 liters of wort in here. What happened, you'll keep in mind, because you just watched it, even though it was about 10 minutes ago for me, I put the 2 liters of boiling water with fermentables dissolved in. I then added with fresh water up to the 20-liter mark on the side of these jugs. Pretty dang handy anyhow. And then I stirred the crap out of it. You got to mix her up real good. Now the key is we've got to get the temperature. We're going to follow these instructions here, Aid, my man. We got this. It says check temperature for ideally 21 to 27 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, guys, video just kicked out on me there, so I got to move real quick because I don't got much space on the iPhone. So bottom line is I got to get this temperature gauge to between 21 and 27, which we're already heading there. So I don't think if it was too cold, you would top up to the remaining 23 liters by adding hot water. If it's too hot, you top it up by adding cold water. I think I'm going to be able to add the cold water. I'm going to let it sit for a couple minutes just see where this levels out. I will put the cover on it, and I'll be back hopefully to pitch the yeast. Then we're done. All right, guys, final stages. We got the temperature good enough. It's hanging around 24-ish. They said anywhere from 21 to 27. So by the time the yeast takes effect and hydrates and such, we'll be at the correct temperatures. We're already there. So Here's the yeast that comes with it. Following the instructions aid. It doesn't say to hydrate the yeast, so I'm not going to. I cleared away the foam as much as possible, and I'm just going to put it right in the center. As much of it as possible I can get out of that. I'm not going to stir it. Typically I would stir it, but not part of the instructions. So here we go. It's in there. And that's it, guys. I'm going to put my handy dandy cover on. And that's wet from sanitizer. I just sanitize it. Now I'm going to put it as per the instructions. I put it in a dark place at room temperature. It's saying, oh, next page. Anyway, whatever, room temperature. I think I saw my instructions were all wet and glued together, so screw it. I saw in the instructions 18 degrees Celsius. Whatever, room temperature, dark.